At one time, being an American meant you had more opportunities than most people of other countries did. This is a country where you can dream big and achieve it. However, that time is slowly becoming a thing of the past. This is a new era in U.S. history, a time when the top 5% of our population has $40 trillion combined. A time when a democracy that has worked for over 200 years is being threatened by the very things that have made it work. Our Constitution was not created to protect things that destroy the country as a whole. Actually, it was written to protect this country against things like that. When you have a country where 5% of the population has more money than the government tenfold, who do you really think runs things? This is why the American dream that my parents and grandparents had will never be an option for me. I don't have an option to work at a company for 40 years and know that my retirement will be there. I can't start a small business and be given the same opportunity as business owners 20 years ago thanks to megacorporations that have political power. These megacorporations have the kind of political power that allow them to make things like credit default swaps and rob people of billions of dollars and then get tax dollars on top of it. They have the power to stop economic growth through layoffs, downsizing, and outsourcing, and then they use their power to get Congress to pass tax breaks and incentives to create the same jobs they took away. So American dream, let's talk about that and what it really means right now. Sports, movies, music, religion, drugs, war, terrorism, political media, etc., all distractions. Distractions to keep people from realizing what's really going on in this country. The top 5% of this country are the ones selling the American dream now, and the more people buy into it, the longer they stay the top 5%. Have you ever wondered why we pay athletes and actors so much? Just stop and think about the millions of people that follow them. It's a very good system and a very complex system. Make people believe that hard work and determination can pay off. Start them off in an education system that will only allow for less than 5% of them to get a real education. Make sure that prices stay high while wages stay low, so parents have to work a lot and not be with their family. Do away with as many mental health centers as possible and community centers. Then introduce drugs, gangs, and crime to a person who has no self-respect or self-esteem. However, you have to make sure that there are still things that look like they can be achieved, so the entire system doesn't crash from everyone giving up. We also have to have systems that give people the opportunity to believe that we won't just let them go without. So we have welfare, SSI, low-income housing, federal student loan programs, utility assistance programs, the list goes on and on. These programs may have been established to assist a person when they needed it. Now, however, these programs are only a way of keeping people dependent on something that no longer wants them to succeed. You say I'm wrong, then explain this. A single mother of 3 gets $405 a month cash and $500 a month in food stamps and gets her rent paid $650 a month by SMHA. She gets a job making $8 an hour that equals $1,280 a month before taxes, and all her assistance is cut off because she makes too much money. From a financial standpoint, this single mother is better off staying on assistance versus getting a job. Now, I know there are people that say you have to make it work for you, and that's how it can help you succeed. Well, I hate to tell you, anything that wants you to succeed shouldn't have to be worked, it should be working for you from the very beginning. You think having a healthcare system ranked 37th in the world while leaving more than 40 million people uncovered was a mistake? I hope not. This is another part of the American dream. Make sure insurance companies have the power to determine who lives or dies. Make sure that we don't invest in preventive care, because sick people help keep the top 5% the top 5%. Make sure politicians make a lot of money from the insurance companies, so they can help pass laws that will keep this system broke but people rich. You think politicians fight against Obama's health care because they think it's a bad thing? No, they know less sick people mean fewer profits from hospital and doctor's visits. If we had a real healthcare system that worked, this country would be a lot different. Imagine a place where things like heart and lung disease are not the leading cause of death, because with preventive care we teach people how to live healthy. or a place where prescription drugs are not being abused because doctors know that addicting a patient to these drugs is no longer a means to make money. A place where obesity is no longer making up a majority of our population and costing billions in health-related problems. So what does the average person do knowing this? How do you really achieve the American dream? First thing is, remember you are a citizen of the United States of America. United we stand, divided we fall. The time to just be about yourself is over. Whether we like it or not, there are 300 million plus people in this country, and it belongs to all of us. If one of us fails, we all fail, even if we don't see the effects immediately. We have to get involved and realize that it is more important to vote than to catch the big game. It's time to stop letting the top 5% be the voice of the American people and show them that we are here, we are not going anywhere, and we are not going to let them sell us anything, especially the American dream. The American dream is not for sale, and we will no longer let them hold our opportunities hostage. We can get the American dream back, but we have to stand up and fight for it, starting right now.